Hello, I'm Jean-François Alla. I'm the director for the EMEA region for the Utilities and Communication division. I'm very pleased to introduce you what is new within Intergraph technology, fiber optic works. So this solution has been initially built, for the physical inventory of telecom networks. And since a couple of years, we have increased the capabilities of the solution, mainly towards the logical inventory. So you see in blue on the screen what is really new since the beginning. And you remember maybe that fiber optic works has been created in 2011. So after more than 10 years, we have increased more and more the capabilities of the solution. If we look to the business workflows that we support with the solution, in fact, we've targeted mainly on 4 workflows. The first one is the capability to prepare the work. So this means that our customers can prepare the new activities in the field. I mean, new construction, change to the network, and so on. And for that, we can use a web solution. We have also the tools to go to the field to perform the surveys. And it's much more than just going to the field and looking to where to dig, where to place the new cables, the new chambers. No, in our case, you can also go to the field and eventually look to the facade, identify where to put the new splitters, and even more, you can identify the number of living units in the building. Once you have collected all the information in the field digitally, you can send this information back to the office, and thanks to the desktop application, you can go towards the detailed design. This is where you will define all the capabilities, all the specific materials that you put in the ground, on the poles, or inside the building. Last but not least, thanks to the web solution, you can modify and plan the change for the maintenance, for the new construction, and follow up the construction also in the field, and also the modification that you need to do on the network. So, since the past years, what is new on the desktop solution? So we have brought a lot of new features, and the first one, which looks very obvious, is the fiber path feature. So this feature allows you to create the trench, but also the span that are between the telecom poles. So in fact, all the objects that will contain ducts in the ducts or cables in your network. Beside this, we have also extended the fiber handhole object. So currently, when you have manholes, you can have a pre-built entry points, and very often on the manholes you have letters or numbers identifying each hole in the manhole. Now we can identify and predefine through the configuration management the holes you have in the manholes, and even identify where the ducts or cables are entering into the manhole and through which entry points. We have also infrastructure schemas. So on the desktop, on the web, you can generate on the fly the infrastructure schema. I mean the layout of the fiber branch enclosure, but also the layout of the manholes. And you see on the screen how it looks like. And you have the same representation if you start the solution or the functionality from the desktop or from the web. When you generate the infrastructure of the manhole, you can even go a step further and request a butterfly diagram. This really powerful capability allows you to get with the butterfly, the diagram, the positioning of the ducts on different sides of the manholes, but also identify the north orientation of the manhole. And this document can be used directly in the field through a paper document or even through a digital one, or PDF document if desired. What is also as an extension that we made for the desktop and in the configuration of the device is the capability to define the mounting position through the fiber configuration. Now you can define the mounting position in a rack, on the front and on the rear of the rack. And what will the system do is that when you define, for example, you put a device on the front, automatically the system will help you and will tell you the remaining space on the back of the rack. So this means that you are really defining and building the rack as it is in the real life. The single line diagram is also a new capability of the solution. So the single line diagram is less graphic, but it shows you the fiber link, a fiber path, or a fiber channel, or even all the device along the service. And you see on this diagram, you have a linear diagram showing you all the linear objects with the length and also all the ports and the device that are connected to. So very easy. You can also get it on the desktop, but also save it as a PDF or a digital document that you can review in the field. Once you have a fiber link, fiber path, of course, the main goal is to go for the logical inventory. And thanks to the service and circuit extension, you can allocate a service to a fiber link or a fiber channel. This means that you can identify, and for that we follow the TM Forum standards. You can allocate a service, identify that you have a triple play, for example, so internet, you have the video, you have telephony on the line. And thanks to the service manager, you can identify all the services that are concerned by a container. So you click on the trench, you click on the duct, and you will have all the cables and all the fibers that are allocated currently. And even on the screen, you can see in red, for example, all the services that are part of the specific trench, and also which device along the service are concerned by the specific service you have selected. Once you have the service, what is very interesting is to understand what is the remaining capacity of the network. Because, for example, if we click on the duct, we want to know what is the remaining space, the physical space inside the duct. So can we still inject a cable inside the duct? This is what we call the physical capacity. But we do also the logical capacity. So this is the ability to understand if we can allocate new services on a specific location. So do we have remaining fibers without capacity? This capability will take into account also the reservation of the fibers. The only issue with this functionality is that it's a real-time capability. It gives you, through colors, the current capacity. So this is, in fact, a reactive approach of the management, the capacity management. For example, here in this case, we select a zone, and in the red zone, for example, if we have to build or to allocate a new service, we can see that we have no place anymore, but it's too late. We are reactive. So for that, we have built the capacity estimation. So this is a tool that will take into account the history of the allocation and will allow you to compute a trend line. And the trend line will show you where the capacity is evolving and on which time. So for example, you can estimate when you will reach 80% of the capacity. And this functionality replaces the reactive approach by a proactive one, because we can generate also alarms that will help the customer to understand where he has to enhance the network by rerouting, by putting new cables, or even building a new line to allow the augmentation of the capacity. This was for the desktop. We also enhance the application strongly on the web. So on the web, as I said before, we have access to all the infrastructure schemas. Exactly the same capability that on desktop. You click on the manhole, you click on the branch enclosure, and you can get the infrastructure schemas. We have also, and this is really, really powerful, now the capability to read and write the splicing and the port connection on the web. So this means that if you are in the field, you are connected, you can directly, on the fly, modify the splicing of your device and modify the ports that are connected in the racks directly. So this means we are fully paperless, no risk of mistake when recopying from a picture, from a paper document. You change in the field, and we take into account also the job context. So the change you do is in a job, and the job can be validated by somebody at the office. We have also the fiber path browser. So again, you select a cable, you have access to the fiber link, fiber path, fiber channels directly in the web. This means that you can review also the service allocation directly from the web. So the goal is really to go for mobile and to allow our customers to have more and more access to the whole infrastructure and whole model directly from the web portal. Next step, after the desktop, after the web, is what's new on the mobile. So what we have done, we have enhanced the G-Mobile advantage so that now in the field, it's possible with a single GPS or even with only your finger or just by writing manually, you can create features directly in the field. You can create ducts, cables, inner ducts, manholes, splice enclosure directly in the field. You just have to define the material and automatically in the designer, you will get all the information created for you. We have also enhanced the solution with a new search capability. You can directly search for an address, a location. It's using the OpenStreetMap nominatem search capability. And we can also edit all the points that have been measured through GPS. When you come back from the field, what you can do, you can reload all the information directly and automatically into the desktop solution. So it will recreate the connectivity. All the information that has been created in the field will come back. So as I said before, paperless, fully digital in the field, and the digital information is completely reused in the design. So you see all what we have done since the past 3 years for the desktop, for the web, and for the mobile. So the solution has now evolved from a pure physical inventory to now physical, logical inventory, and we have also enhanced the web and the mobile. So our customers have now the full digital solution for all the workflows they need. As I said, from the planning to the maintenance of the network, one solution, a single platform, and everything digital. Thank you. I invite you to follow the countdown because within the summer, we will rebrand our solution and G-Technology and Fiber Optic World will all become Hexagon networks. Thanks a lot. I wish you a pleasant journey.